Vision 2030 is essentially businesses' contribution to the debate on how we should best develop over the next 20 years. Accelerate Cape Town is a collection of large corporates who are based in the Cape or who have a significant presence in the Cape. And they collaborate across industries and within industries to essentially drive long-term economic development in the region. The history of Accelerate Cape Town is based in a concern amongst corporate leaders that Cape Town was being left behind as a business capital or as a business destination. There was a need to develop a long-term vision that we could work towards. The reason we chose a 20-year vision is because if one looks internationally, you can see that it takes 20 years for a city or a region to either improve or decrease quite dramatically. And a good example of that is Barcelona, which in 1988 had 22% unemployment, but by 2008 had 6% unemployment. The purpose of Vision 2030 is essentially to gather together as many views, particularly from business, but also taking into account the views of community, academia, labour, government and others, in order to develop a picture of what we need to do in order to achieve that vision. The headline vision statement for Cape Town Vision 2030 is Cape Town as Africa's global city, a city of inspiration and innovation. The process that we went through in developing Vision 2030 was a series of one-on-one interviews with leaders across the board in the Cape Town and Cape Town City region environment. We then went into a series of focus groups where we debated particular sectors and particular areas that we believe needed to be investigated in further detail. And that culminated in the Vision 2030 Indaba. At that, we had around 250 people who were given the feedback from the focus groups and the one-on-one interviews and the desk research that was done to back that up, and then went into a process of debating the 8 key goals that we've identified and taking part in identifying what kind of projects we should be pushing, what kind of activities we should be encouraging over the next 20 years, and breaking that down into 3 time horizons: a short-term time horizon, medium-term and long-term. What was fantastic about the Vision 2030 Indaba was the enthusiasm of the people that were attending. That in itself was an indication that people are very keen to connect with some kind of a long-term view of what we could have in this place that we all clearly love very much. Following on from the Vision 2030 Indaba, we have focused very much on getting the message out. So we've been doing as much communication as possible. We've launched the website, which is www.vision2030.co.za. We've also done a number of presentations, and we've also been collaborating and working quite closely with academia, with government, and with various other stakeholders to make sure that they take ownership of this thing and build it into their own plans as well. I would certainly recommend that people go to the website, vision2030.co.za, and look at what has been listed as some of the potential projects to get involved in. Interact through the website so that we can connect you with what's happening out there. If you have specific projects that you feel would fit in neatly with Africa's global city, a city of inspiration and innovation, and any of the 8 goals that make that up, let us see how we can help to connect you with others that can make that project possible. What's clear is that Accelerate Cape Town is a small organization. We are not the owners of this thing, and we are not able to implement everything that needs to be done. So it's very important that we're able to collaborate, cooperate, coordinate with as many stakeholders out there as possible, and that's our intention for the next 20 years.